Security at unprecedented levels. This isn't just a gathering of the world's most powerful leaders. It is the most protected event on Earth.
Welcome to London, Mr. President.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Bugs the hell out of me.
Get down!
Hi, everybody. Welcome to What the Flick. I'm Matt Atchey. That's Christy Lemire, Alonzo Durali, and Ben Mankiewicz. We are all here because we have a very, very important movie to talk about. The movie of the season, London Has Fallen.
Let's begin with the outrage that the movie getting a remake here is Olympus Has Fallen and not the far superior White House Down.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Oh, who's in that, Ben?
The news media portrayal in White House Down was outstanding. So, okay, but it was better.
It was
there's
way
no
better.
question
No,
it's better.
yeah.
So we've had a sequel to Olympus Has Fallen. It's London Has Fallen. All the leaders of the Western world descend on London because the British Prime Minister has had a heart attack and died. But lo and behold, the terrorists, the evil, dirty terrorists, knew they were coming and staged an attack on all of these leaders simultaneously in London, setting up a scenario for Gerard Butler as President Benjamin Braddock's.
Asher.
No, Gerard Butler is Secret Service agent Mike Banning.
Right, he's Mike Banning. He's Mike Banning.
And he's very American, remember.
Aaron Eckhart is the president,
Right.
Ben, the best part of the movie. And so Gerard Butler
Lord
gets
help
to
us if
spend
there's a President Ben.
an hour, and Benjamin Harrison in between Grover Cleveland, very solid.
Like I said.
1889 to 1893.
Okay, cut to the chase.
Right. That is, by the way, that's more interesting, the administration of Benjamin Harrison. So then for 100 minutes, Gerard Butler goes like this, around a wall, and then shoots bad guys while protecting the life of Aaron Eckhart.
5 of the world's leaders are now dead.
Stay with me. We'll get you out of here.
The American president
Now.
is unaccounted for.
To our friends in the West,
Bakawe,
Number 6 on the 10 list.
what do you want?
your president,
That's not going to happen.
then every death from this moment forward will be on your head.
Mike, we're getting you out.
Go, go, go! Rooftop, 3 o'clock!
Brace right back.
Oh my God.
So I walked out of this and I called my husband and I said, this movie is Donald Trump in film form.
That's right.
Like,
Yeah.
more so even than the awesome Funny or Die movie that you and I enjoyed
right,
so
right,
well.
right, yes.
Go watch that. It is just totally fucking distasteful. All brown people are bad. All Westerners are hapless victims.
Here's
the
the thing.
jingoism is just
You
distasteful as
you
shit.
can either make a movie like the first Olympus Has Fallen, where the terrorists are just bad terrorists, bad.
They're Korean. They're North Korean,
Right, yeah, they are. But I'm just saying, but you know, they don't. There's no real motivation there. They're just evil and they want to take over and launch nukes or whatever. Or you can have a movie where the villains are doing terrible things, but have at least sort of an underpinning of, well, here's why they want revenge, which is what you get in this movie, because you have this arms dealer whose family's wiped out in a drone strike on his daughter's wedding. But then you can't give the villain a justification and then treat him like he's just a random lunatic, which is what this movie does.
Right, it tries to give him a justification, but then they instantly become random lunatics. That's right. Now, look, the fact of the matter is the violent extremism that kills people in the world that we read about today is perpetrated by Islamic extremists. We know that. That's true. I don't think that Hollywood has to pretend that that's not the case. That said, given a time right now where we got basketball teams with players from Latin American countries having the fans chant when it's played at a predominantly white school, chanting, "Build a wall, build a wall." When that has happened, and it's happened in a few times, when we are getting stories like that, which was in the paper this week, the newspaper's a thing, comes every day, you read it, you open it up, it's got a lot of different stories in it. Look it up, you'll enjoy one. They were popular in the 70s. When we have that world, when we have Donald Trump winning, there just is no place for this movie. It's not like what they didn't know Donald Trump this was happening, and I got it. I'm not being an apologist for the violence in the world. But man, this movie sits wrong right now,
Right.
and it encourages that kind of behavior, and that's what encourages it. It celebrates.
Celebrates it.
Celebrates.
It's like,
Celebrates.
woo-hoo.
It's
Right.
9/11
Yeah.
porn. This
Yeah.
is
Right. It's similar to a certain candidate. It kind of panders to our worst
Totally.
instincts, right? And there's elements of this movie that I kind of enjoyed. Like the action is well staged. The dialogue is stupid with two O's. Like it's stupid.
Yeah.
Right. The dialogue, not only does it you'll have some quip. The quip isn't even clever, right? They're just the lines, the little asides after some action sequence are so poorly written that they stick out even worse. It'd be almost okay if they were at least clever.
Yeah.
But they're just terribly done here.
There's one that's really offensive, actually. I'm sorry. The one where like he comes out of a closet. The president walks out of a closet.
like
and Gerard Butler goes, "I wonder when you were going to come out of the closet."
Well,
Right,
and
it's
I
like-
thought of you
At
because I
least
know how much
Eckhart
you hate
says that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
at least Eckhart acknowledges that
That's
was
the
stupid.
note
Yeah.
for probably every
Yeah,
line of
that's-
dialogue in this movie. Like, whoa,
They
God,
had
I
to cut all the 10
Right.
other times that he
Amp
said
up
So-
the
that.
stupid, yes.
Like, there's some action in this that I kind of enjoyed. I thought it was kind of over the top, but kind of feel guilty for kind of enjoying that
I'm
at
with
all.
you
Like,
on this one. The movie is, I think, reprehensible on a lot of levels, but at least the action is kind of competent, and you know who's where, and the digital stuff doesn't look too fakey, and they some of that stuff is pulled off on a sheer like let's divorce it from its political underpinnings, and just as an action sequence, it works. The thing about, here's what bugged me a lot about this movie. You've got Angela Bassett returning as the head of the Secret Service. The second that gunshots start flying, she's all, like, I'm sorry, did no one see Strange Days or What's Love Got to Do with It? Like, Angela Bassett does not shrink back. She should be, like, shooting people in the face. And that's just a waste of time to not have her shooting people in the face.
No, because you need the man to do that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
need
We got to
the-
clip that out, just you. She should be shooting people in the face. That's what makes a good movie. Angela Bassett shooting people in the face.
A man who's none of his bullets miss, and yet none of the bullets aimed at him hit. It's like the worst kid to play war with when you're 9. Because he never gets touched.
And
by a bullet.
massive automatic gunfire coming his way. And all he has to do is go around the corner and go, pow! And like someone's dead.
and this and Banning as a character, like literally, will like twist the knife and like there's a cruelty
it.
to
Yeah,
that
there's a cruelty
character.
to it. They
Like
they have that moment.
It's
Was
like
that
it's
necessary?
Dirty Harry's meaner, older, tougher brother who's even more fascist than Dirty Harry was.
Yeah. No, it's true. There's just, and look there are a couple of drone strikes in it. One you mentioned at the beginning of the movie. And similar to that knife twisting scene, which is done just to make somebody suffer. The person's going to die, and they're like, let's torture him a little before he dies, and then feel okay about that. And again, it's a hideous person. It's an evil criminal killing innocent people. I got it. But we're supposed to feel good about that. Oh, we got him. We literally, let's twist the knife. Literally twisting the knife.
He wants to enjoy that
And
moment.
then there's another drone strike in the movie, and we are like, yeah, look out the window. It's coming. And it kills innocent people, and we're like, who cares? Like, it's freaking hideous. But it's like, yeah, we're going to give it to them. And I got it. The world is complicated, and there are bad people that we need to think thoughtfully about how to rid ourselves of, whether that's by killing them or rendering them ineffective and undangerous. That would be better. I know I'm a crazy liberal. But whatever that is, this movie celebrates our desire to get them, and it is a
And not just them,
Right.
like get them and everyone they know. too.
do what Donald Trump said. It's literal. It's get them
And their families.
families.
And they're all brown. Them are all brown.
No, there's no
Right,
mistake in
yeah.
it in this who the bad guys are. No mistake. And they literally talk about them. And Angela Bassett at one point in the movie, she's like, "Yeah, get them. Make them pay. Make the effers pay." Why can't I say it? Make those fuckers pay.
Yay. And there are exactly 2 decent action sequences that stood out for me. There's one where there's a helicopter that's going down, and the shot begins inside the helicopter, and like as it's circling and crashing, the shot comes outside the helicopter and like shows it crash on the ground. That was pretty cool. And then there's one thing that is meant to look like one long take, where again Gerard Butler and his amazing accuracy with whatever weapon he has, is like going down a long corridor. No, it's like a narrow street at night.
Yeah, like an alleyway.
And they make it look like it's all one.
Right,
one
somebody
long
watched Children of
take.
Men.
Right. And yeah.
Oh, that's a good scene. Let's do that.
Other than that, I was just repulsed quite often,
it's
and the humor's not funny. None of the quips are funny. I know that bothers you, Ben. I know when
no one recites the Pledge of Allegiance while being dragged by their hair in this one.
Right, yeah, Melissa Leo fares vaguely better in this than she
Vaguely,
does.
but I
she doesn't
I
have
hope
much
she's
to
getting
do.
paid, man. They pointlessly identify White House staff. Like, you know, the VP.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know,
of staff.
Dan McKeon, chief of staff. You're like, it doesn't matter. No one cares. They're not referring back to these people. They're people in the situation.
I know.
We'll figure it out.
Their dialogue might as well be rhubarb anyway, so who cares?
I'll bring that up for you. Like,
Except for the VP, who is Morgan Freeman,
and
who
then
is,
fucking, you know, Robert Forster, one of the great character actors to ever live. And it's just, you know, but
Totally
it's like
wasted
General
in this movie.
McKinnon, and later you're like, wait a minute, is he General?
Is he with the Joint Chiefs?
Right, is he General Jones or General McKinnon? You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why are you identifying them as if it matters?
Although even Morgan Freeman, like I hate this movie so much that I turned off the Morgan Freeman voice on my Waze.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I can't hear him anymore. I know. And so now I'm back to Thomas, the British guy now.
Oh, wow.
The British guy, even though London has fallen. What other cities can possibly fall?
Thomas, the British guy. So that's Thomas from Downton Abbey, probably.
or the tank engine.
I really hope that there is not another. I'm driving a train now.
Right.
I really hope
Let's
that no
let
more
nothing
cities
else
fall.
Yeah, nothing else.
No, seriously. Like,
Everything stand,
did the
please.
first one make that much money that it deserves to have a sequel? This one
it must.
won't?
It must have. I don't know, but yeah, this one's not doing so hot. But
because I weep for our nation if this is like the rah-rah movie that gets everybody pumped up this weekend. I'm bummed. Okay, so what are our numbers then, Ben?
I'd on like there. If it weren't this time, then I could give it just a normal bad number, like a 3. But it is this time, and it matters. It's a 0. I'd give it a less than that if the rules allowed me.
Okay, Alonzo.
I'm going to go 3.5 just for the sort of, like I said, there's competent action, and so often these movies don't even have that.
Okay, I'm saying 1.
I've clearly janked the score up. I give it a 4.
Okay, so our average is a 2.1.
Yeah, and it's about 26% on the tomato meter right now.
Don't see this.
Yeah,
Bye.
it's terrible.